Hello everyone, welcome to today's edition of Being Sam I Am. I am Sam I Am, coming at you live from my wonderful neighborhood of Foggy Bottom in the West End. I am so stoked about this new phone, this new camera. Look at the quality on this thing. It's so real. It looks just like me. It does. It's amazing. Look at it. That's amazing. So I'm excited about it. Shout out to Samsung Galaxy, the A35. We got a little sample of it. We're in the beta testing. So we get to test it out for the people. We get to see how it looks, how it feels and all that shit. Look at that. It's something. They say it's better than the new iPhone, any iPhone. Actual iPhone customers are switching over because of this phone. So we got it on beta right now. And we keep it for 130 days. If we like it, we get to keep it. If we don't like it, who cares? We'll send it back and get some money. So it's a great thing. I don't want to talk too much today, even though I'm supposed to give everybody an hour. We got to do 1 hour. Can you do an hour? We can do an hour standing on top of our head. Of course we can. But maybe we can do 30 minutes or something. Either way, we're going to do something. All right. So today, I want to talk about knowing your boundaries, respecting others' boundaries, and acknowledging the difference. Acknowledging the difference. Okay, so it's been brought to my attention that I don't really set hard boundaries for myself. I have a top 10 boundaries, and I think that everyone should have 10 boundaries that they're just no holds barred. You have to follow those. If you don't, then you will not be able to be allowed to do anything. So my thing is, I say that you're not allowed to talk to me like that. You're not allowed to disrespect me. You're not allowed to, do this and do that. That's what I'd say. Because people will do exactly to you whatever you allow them to do to you. But furthermore, what do you allow yourself to do to you? You can't very well say, oh, I don't want to do that. I'm a Christian. I'm this and I'm that. I'm holier than thou, and then turn around and be busting it wide open on the corner, or whatever. Here in our society, the Bible says, judge not, lest ye yourself be judged. And I'm not going to get into the whole Bible semantics of it, or not semantics, but But you have to just use your discernment. You can tell if somebody is going to be there for you right off the bat. You can tell. You don't have to question it. There's no question about it. If somebody's saying, hey, I like you, you're a good person, you seem like a cool dude, then you have to trust them, and they have to know that that's what they're saying and that's what they're doing and that's what they're about. If you do not do that, then that is on you. It has nothing to do with me. It has nothing to do with them. It's on you. So my assignment for everybody today is to set 10 boundaries for yourself. Write down 10 boundaries that are just unsurpassed, that cannot ever be broken, that if you do not get these boundaries met, or if you don't submit to them, then you will not be able to go on. Okay? So get a Post-it note and write them down. And for me, I did my top 5 after I did 10, and then I did my top 3. And my top 3 boundaries that are no holds barred, that are not ever, I'm going to compromise on ever. Number 1, don't disrespect me. Period. My level of disrespect would be very high. I have a low tolerance for bullshit, and I have a high tolerance for understanding. Some people, they don't understand when they're being disrespectful. They don't get it. They don't understand that. Oh, I'm being disrespectful. They don't get it. It's not something that they are doing on purpose. Some people they don't know that is not okay to say, or that's not okay to do. They don't know. It's not a part of their culture, or they just don't understand, So with that being said, I have a little bit of leeway for that. You know, when somebody says to me something that I don't like, or something that kind of jars me, you know, like, oh, what did he just say? I don't need to say that shit. You know, but you have to understand that everybody is different. And it's different strokes for different folks. It is. And knowing that, you will always be able to understand that. And if you don't know that, then you would have to learn that. And that comes from time. You know, we don't have a lot of time on the planet. Like Whoopi Goldberg just said. She's just did this whole thing where she's like, you have to tell the people that you love them. Because we're only on the planet. Life is this short. But then it's over. And if you don't tell the people that you love them, that you do love, before it's too late, then you won't ever get that chance to say that. So I say that whatever you feel, however you feel about whomever, whether it's good, whether it's bad, you should always express that, because it's your right as a human being to be able to do that. You know, some people, they're not able to do that. They literally, in their state of being, in their countries or whatever, they're not allowed to express emotions. They're not. And for that, it's kind of sad. But in the same token, it's empowering, because what else are they strong at? If they're not strong at showing their emotions, they must be strong at, controlling them, or understanding how to acknowledge them when they feel those feelings. So shout out to the people who aren't able to express themselves. And I will continue to pray for them, because that's got to be it's a tough pill to swallow. It has to be. It just has to be. So shout out to them. But that's my thing, the disrespect, okay? Number 2, my no you cannot do, my no you cannot do is to call me out of my name, okay? Now, I don't mind somebody calling me out of my name, you know, like maybe like a nickname or something. But I mean these words that are like, you know, just trying, you know, like, what the fuck? What did she just say? When you get that vein in the middle of the head, you know? When you get that. It's a little noise in this tunnel. Yeah, but that'll happen. And you have to be like, what? Wait a minute. And then just, how do you handle that? How are you able to handle that? How are you able to say, hey, that's not okay. You're not allowed to talk to me like that. Don't talk to me like that. And you have to be able to say that without being disrespectful or without hurting anybody's feelings or emotions, because people are fickle. They are. And a lot of people, they live with their heart on their sleeve. They do. And for that, you have to be mindful, because you want to say what you have to say when someone calls you out of your name, no matter what it is. Hey, sweets. Hey, Suge. Hey, hun. Hey, babe. Don't call me that. As a female, so you have to say that. You're not allowed to call me that. You're not allowed to talk to me like that. Don't talk to me like that. And say that. Because if you don't, they'll never know. And that's borderline sexual harassment. Hey, Suge. Hey, sweets. At work. Y'all know that. And some people think it's flattering, but after a while, it's not. And that has happened to me before. It has. What's up, babes? Who are you talking to? Me? Oh, no. And I'll go right to human resources on a bitch in a second. I don't play that. Because next thing you know, you touchy grabby and all underneath another thing, you know? Grabbing another thing. And I don't want nobody grabbing, at no work under the thing. So, knowing that, you have to be able to say, no, you can't do that. No. No. And be able to tell yourself that as well. Because there's a judge. She's my girl. I love her to pieces. I'm rooting for her. But she sent some emails to a coworker of hers. And the coworker decided to report these emails as sexual harassment after a year. Okay? So here's what I think. I think that they had a little thing going on, and she was his beard for a little bit. And what happened was something got a little hot and heavy probably, and he realized, oh Lord, I can't do this. He reported her ass. Why would he report her after a year? So now they're going through this whole big thing, and it's going to be messy for her because she was just probably being nice. She didn't show no, send no nudes or nothing, and she didn't send no peekaboo pictures or nothing, you know. She just was being friendly, and he took it the wrong way, and that happens sometimes. People misread things, you know. I ain't with that. I ain't with that. Listen, I ain't with that shit either. So that makes two of us, you know. So I always have to tell people, listen, don't flatter yourself. I have taste too, you know. I have a goddamn type too, you know. So knowing that, you just always have to be aware of what you say out of your mouth, because people get in their feelings for the smallest things, but it's small to you. You don't know what that word might mean to somebody. Hey, bitch. Huh? No. So I got into a little, I would say an altercation. I'm with this beautiful Nigerian girl, woman, should I say. I'm not going to shout her name out because we're still all upset, I guess. But, you know, we were talking about the movie East Bayou, driving back from New York. And she said, oh, I love that scene. I said, oh, yeah, bitch, me too. Honey, let me tell you something. I thought she was a fag hag. I thought because she hangs around the gay people that word wouldn't bother her. Let me tell you something. That word bothered her. She damn near stopped the car. Yes, she did. She said, oh, you calling a bitch? I said, wait, oh, no. It's a nice epithet. It's a nice word. That ain't no nice word. So where she's from, it is not a nice word to call nobody, no bitch. You know, Nigeria, oh, no. Let me tell you, she called her uncle, her father, honey, all of people. I said, wait a minute now. Oh, we ain't going to your house. But she, oh, no, we're going to drop me off first. I said, no, we ain't. I'm going to drop you off. Drop me off first and drop you off last. I ended up flipping the script on her and dropping her off first. Caught her, everybody off guard. Uncle there, father there. They in the U-Haul waiting for me. I said, oh, Lord. She like, well, let me get my luggage. It was moving slow as some syrup, motherfucker, running down. I said, I had to pull off on her. Shout out to you. I didn't hurt. But she's upset at me. You know, she's upset. But listen, I know what I saw. I said, I got to get the hell out of here. They was going to try to put me in that U-Haul and Nigeria my ass on the glory somewhere for saying that word, bitch. So I'm very careful of saying that now. You know, you don't know who's a fag hag or whatever. And for people who don't know what that means, a fag hag is a woman who hangs around gay people, knows the terminology, isn't bothered by it, uses the terms that we use, and she's very in the know of what's going on in the community, you know. And I thought that she was, but she wasn't, because it turns out, never mind, we won't talk about that. But it turns out that everything that glitters is not gold. It's not, you know. And everything that you think is one thing is not. It's not. I'm finding out now that people, I just don't know. I'm completely shocked. Like I really, really am. And I don't understand that. I'm in the store with a friend of mine, and he's like, well, you know, all you do is complain about me and this and that. I said, is that during or after the sex? And he goes, his whole face turned into shame. I said, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I had no idea, you know, because I'm not used to hanging out with anybody that gives a rat's ass about what anyone thinks about them as far as their sexuality goes, or their color, or any of that. I thought that stuff was well in high school, you know, when you cared about what someone said about you as an adult. You know, they're not feeding you, financing you, or fucking you. Who cares what they think about you? Who cares? People do. That's why a lot of people get dressed, because they care about how they are viewed in society. And it's true. You know, Status Quo. It's the web series that I wrote. The whole first season is ready. And Status Quo deals with what it is to be accepted versus not accepted. The in crowd versus the out crowd. The haves versus the have-nots. And it's not a money thing. In Status Quo, it's an education. It's an actual awareness. Because you can have no money in the bank, but be so good with money management that you can manage other people's money. You're just not good with your own, because you spit it all up, you know. So that happens. But when you find out the power of energy, you can say that your status is whatever it is. Behind me, this is the Watergate. This is Washington society. if you're anybody who's anything, you have lived at the Watergate. Now, the Watergate's full of scandal. It's full of all kind of presidents and first ladies, and it is Washington society. It is an actual complex built specifically so that they don't have to come into the city for anything. The whole compound is built specifically for their protection, and so they don't have to venture outside of it. It's amazing. And my dream would be to live there. It's amazing. Just to say that you live at the Watergate. And if you don't know anything about the Watergate, look it up. Do a little bit of research. You'll find out about it. It is residence. That's Washington's residence. Next to the White House. I don't know whichever one it would be other than that. It would be the White House and then Watergate. That's it. To me. So, shout out to the Watergate and everyone who lives in there, all those fabulous residents. Fabulous. So, back to what I'm saying. Status. It's your status. Just because you don't have a car, or just because you don't have 1,000 million, 100,000, in the bank, and you are just barely making it, but you're happy. Does that matter? It does. Because money can buy you a lot of things. It cannot buy you class, and it cannot buy you happiness, but it sure as shit helps. I'll tell you that shit right now. It sure as shit helps. So, if you focus on status, what's your status quo? What you want to become? What is your status in society? You might get lost in there a little bit because it will always change. The newest car, the newest this, the newest that. Keeping up with the Joneses is really hard, especially when you're keeping up with the Johnsons. Okay, what about that? It's a thing. It's a thing. Keeping up with the Johnsons. So what do the Johnsons have that the Joneses don't have? I don't know, because Jones that's a black name. Johnson, that's a black name too. But if you're keeping up with the Joneses, what is that? With their iPhones and the damn the fences and the dogs and the 3.5, all that shit. That's keeping up with the Joneses. I'm trying to keep up with the Johnsons, goddammit. That's what I'm trying to keep up with. Give me my damn iPhone. I don't need that shit. Fuck all that fucking bullshit. At the end of the day, much like at the beginning, you cannot do that anymore. You can't. Because they don't I don't need that shit. Are you hungry? No, I'm not. Not today. Not today. Not today. You thank God. See, you hear the word. You hear the word, you can't let it bother you because guess what? You are acknowledged. So if someone calls you a faggot or says something out of their mouth that should get their asses smacked, don't do it. Don't do it. Because you could beat the shit out of their ass and they don't know that, but don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. They're not worth it. Hell no. For some words, don't do that. Because you're not going to end up in prison. No, you're going to beat the shit out of his ass and run. Okay, that's what you're going to do. Okay, what, you going to stick around for the cops to stick up? No, don't do that. So when you are out and about in the world, you don't have to pay attention to shit like that. It's when they don't acknowledge you that you have a problem. It's when you walk past somebody and they tell you they don't even see you. It's the cellophane. They look right through your ass. They don't even see you. That's when you have a problem. But they're going to say what they're going to say. But what is it about a person's status that would allow them to say faggot like his ass just did? Because I could have turned around and smacked the shit out of him and he would have been surprised. And then we would have been fighting. And I'm very good at that. I keep telling people I'm very good at that. I am. But no one needs to know that because it's not anyone's business. I'm not going to be fighting people and stuff like that. Would I look like I'm in high school? But if someone, we just talked about that, disrespects you, do you have the right to, you never have the right to put your hands on somebody. But if you feel like putting your hands on somebody, do it. You know what's going to happen to you? You're going to end up going to jail. You're going to end up not getting no food or doesn't matter. Self-control is the most important part of all of this. It is because I'm in the Whole Foods and the girl's yelling at me. Well, I didn't call you yet. Well, I'm not ready for you yet. I'm looking like, who the fuck? Excuse me, sweetheart. I don't know if you know it or not, but you're at work and I am who I am everywhere. You are who you are everywhere too. But when you have that smock on, you're an employee and you can't, everyone's looking at her like, she said, I said I didn't call you yet. I said, but your light did. And I'm ready. like that. I said, honey, listen, I am a customer. I will write a letter to corporate as long as that window up there, okay? And they looking at her like, oh, what are you gonna do? I'm not gonna do anything. Don't get her fired. How am I gonna get her fired? She got herself fired if that happened. Yelling at me like she's like, you gotta know the lines and don't blur the motherfuckers. Because I'm saying what I'm saying and I'm doing what I'm doing, but I'm not checking on you. I'm not coming to your job and fucking with you. I just want you to do your damn job. Period. Okay, don't worry about what the fuck I'm doing. You worry about what you're doing. Don't be yelling at me at your job, because you will lose that shit. Okay? Be able to know that, oh, I can't stand his ass, but I got a job to do. And I got kids and shit. And you gotta know how to do that. And if you can't do that, when you see me go off on a break or something, go the other way. But don't open your fucking fat ass mouth off to me, because I'm going to say something to you. And don't have to worry about no motherfucking shit like that, because I hit and run. That's what I do. I go smack and I run, bitch. That's what I do. So we just talked about that disrespect. Don't call me out of my name like he just did. So what about him and his status made him think that it's okay to say that? And no one check him on that. You know, faggot. Why would he say that? And no one say anything to him. They laughed. Ha 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 ha. Really? So the people who don't understand what it's like to actually be who you are 100% of the time, to acknowledge your presence, to understand that you are a scion, you are important, and to not let anybody disrespect you. Now, if you hear somebody like if we're going to refer to him, say the word faggot. No one else is going to be bothered by that. But I am bothered by that. And I always say, okay, watch your mouth. Watch your fucking mouth. I say that. So if he has something to say after that, then we're going to have a conversation. And I don't care. He don't want me running around. He don't want no white person calling him no nigger. No, he wouldn't. No, look at this nigger. He would have something to say about that. And I have something to say about that word when someone says that word faggot to me or around me. So that is how Guardians at Your Service became into fruition. It's Guardians at Your Service. The gays are coming. It's the first LGBTQA owned and operated and strong ally workers of the gay community security company. So I'm standing in line at Empire Lounge, and Empire Lounge is not a gay club, but it was a gay night. And so I'm standing there. The guy asked for my ID, and I didn't have a hard copy of it. I had it on my phone. So I go like that, to show it to him. Oh, we ain't with that faggot shit. Take that faggot shit down the street. I said, what did he say? So I turned around to look behind me. The guy's like, look, don't put me in it. I just want to get in. I'm not in that. So I'm like, did he just say that? And he did. And so the other guy that's with him is like, they looking like, I don't know what the fuck he looking crazy for. So I just got out of line. And I couldn't believe what had happened to me. So as I'm walking down U Street, after just being called faggot, take that faggot shit down the street by 2 security guards, I'm like, something has to be done about this, because this is not right. When we go to the club, there was just a shooting at the gay club assets, because they don't touch us. The security guards, they won't touch us. They will just, okay, go ahead. So I got a security company I'm starting, Guardians at Your Service. The gays are coming. And they would be more than just fixtures, they're family. They will touch you. They're gonna make sure you ain't got no damn guns or ducking blades and shit. They're gonna touch your ass and do what they're supposed to do. Because other than that, it's a war zone in those damn clubs. And let me tell you something about gay people, specifically black ones. We don't like all of that hoopla and all that talking and shit. We really don't like all that. I don't like all that talking and shit. I've never really been a big, fuck you up. I'm not going to tell you, I'm not going to say any of that. I'm not going to do none of that. I don't have time for that. I don't. And back in the day, I used to. I don't got time for that. I'm 40 years old. I look good for 40, don't I? Yeah. 40 years old. I don't think anymore. I know. When I say, I think you talking about me, I don't think. I know your ass is talking about me, but guess what? Why not? Who else you supposed to talk about? Look, who, you? If you talk about you, that's going to be a short-ass conversation, trust me. Okay, and I have long conversations with my damn self, about myself, to my damn self. That's what I do. Because I'm fucking fabulous. To me, to everybody. So anyway, status. So knowing what puts you on your status, whether you put yourself on a pedestal for money, education, the way you look, what you have, what you've acquired, that's really a very antiquated way of looking at things. It's really shallow, it is, but it's America. And that is how we judge ourselves, based on the material things that we're able to afford. It is. You know, when you're going somewhere, you got to go get a new outfit because it says that you are in the club or whatever, what have you, and it has to cost a lot of money, and you got to look the part, and if you don't, then people are going to, you know, and that happens. There's no such thing as a bad day. However you feel on the inside, do not look like it on the outside. Don't. If you got to spend $20 on some sunglasses, and it's your last $20, and it's between that and some food, get the damn food. Don't get the sunglasses. Get the food, okay? But if you feel like, hey, I'm gonna get these sunglasses and I'm gonna put them on, and somebody's gonna take me on a date, and I can get me some food, do that then. Either way, you gotta have your little hustle going. You have to. You have to. Because if you don't, you just fall by the wayside. And then people will say whatever they want to say, do whatever they want to do to you, and you have to take it. And no one can do anything about it. I don't subscribe to that. I don't. And for whatever reason, there are a lot of people who they've normalized it. It's just a normalcy that it's normal. And that's not normal to me. It is not. For him to call me a faggot, that's not normal behavior to me. So I'm going to say something to him. For the fat firefighter to say what he said, you got to get some friends. I don't need your fat ass telling me about my friends that I need to get. You need to put don't. If you don't want to fucking hear about it, turn the channel. Don't watch. Don't. Because I'm on the planet just like everybody else. And I'm here just like everybody else. Only difference is I'm living out loud. And I'm not letting nobody tell me what to do, where to go, or none of that. Well, you're going to suffer. I don't hear that. Because unless it's God talking to me through you, I don't want to hear what you got to say. I don't want to hear nothing you got to say. Well, life is short, and then no, your life is short. My life is going to be long. It's going to be real long. Okay? And I don't want to hear nothing. Well, you might be in the... If I have a long life in jail, guess what? I'm still alive. I'm alive. I'd be alive. And that's because a bunch of people decided they wanted to get together and say, hold up. Stop right there. Look at him. Look what he's doing. You got one fucking finger pointing, you got 3 pointing back at you. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, pointing back at you. So don't forget that. Because while everyone's looking, I'm the fucking one taking those 3 fingers and figuring out what the hell they're pointing at. And 9 times out of 10, they're pointing inside your closet where your skeletons live at. And everybody got a closet with some skeletons in it. They do. Only difference is, some people, they keep their skeletons way up in the back, in a box where no one can see them. Some people keep their skeletons right out in the open. Like, I not dare a bitch to go in my closet and mess with my skeletons. Listen, when those goddamn skeletons fall out on the ground, what happens? You gonna scoop them back inside? No, you can't scoop them back inside. They're out there, and everyone's gonna be able to see them. And then what are you gonna do? You're gonna goddamn live in your truth. That's what you gotta do. And I think that is the third thing I said, my boundaries. Don't lie to me. Don't lie on me. Don't lie about me. I don't like that shit. I do not like that. I don't like that. Okay? I don't make it a habit of lying to people, lying on people, or none of that. I manifest. That's what I do. And I said, if anybody could tell me one lie I've ever told them, I'll give them $100 fucking dollars. And they be quiet as goddamn church mice. Because I don't be doing that shit. I'm going to tell you the truth about it. And that's what people don't like. Don't be telling my truth. Well, who the hell else I'm telling my truth? I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about me. Well, you writing a book. I'm sure you put me in your book. Why the fuck would I put you in my book? It's my book. If I'm gonna, you want your name in my book? Write your own damn book. And put your name in there as many times as you would do. But you're not getting in my book anyway. Don't lie. So those are my 3 boundaries that I do. Do not disrespect me. Do not call me out of my name. and do not lie to me. Those 3 things, we're good. Now you got 10 boundaries. So y'all finish the rest of your 7. I've already done my 10, but those are my top 3. And you cannot break those. If you break those, don't ever speak to me again. Because when someone lies on me, I hate that shit the most. Because I'd be like, that's not what I said. That is what you said. No, it's not. What I said was, da-da-da-da-da. They'd be like, oh yeah, that is what you said. Oh, my bad. Yeah, you're bad, but you started the whole rumor and it's like a whole goddamn, big mess. So be very careful of the words that you say out your mouth, because people will be like, what's the difference between this and that? Big difference. Between this and that. Big difference. There is a huge difference. And if you don't know what the difference is, you should look up the word this and that. Huge difference. Okay? That literally can mean the difference between somebody goddamn being this and someone being that. It's a huge difference. They're not the same word. Just because they have the same 4, they're different. And that's what happens. So you have to be very careful with your vocabulary, because if you do not have a strong vocabulary and you just start using words that you don't understand, you might offend somebody big time. And when a person gets offended, you cannot control how they react. You cannot. Where I'm from, don't hit me. We don't hit. But there are people that will hit you. They'll be like, bow. And you'd be like, did he hit me? That happened to me one time when I was pitching. The same 6 projects that I be pitching. And I was pitching to the guy, and I said something about his son. Like, would your son be proud of you if you turned the project down? And he put his fist up and he wham, hit me right in the face. And I said, no one had ever hit me before in my face, ever. No one had ever hit me ever. And I said, what did he hit me for? Because I talked about, so we don't talk about the children. Don't say anything about nobody's kids, but don't say anything that might offend somebody. And I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna do anything. I'm just gonna react like, I did react a little bit. I took this oar off the wall and I started hitting him with it. But it was just private. It was personal. It didn't hurt him or anything. But that never happened before. And here recently, I actually had to hit somebody. And I've never hit anyone before in my life. And the guy comes running up, and that's the problem with you motherfuckers from DC. And I say, excuse me, look, I'm not from DC, no offense, but you need to back up, because I got mental health problems, so you need to back up. Man, I don't care if you got mental health problems. I'm from fucking New York, doing all this, doing all that. He got that close to me, right there, boop. Hit him, and his earring came out. That was it. It was an instinct. And I regret doing it. But when a person gets that close to you, you need to motherfucking move out the way. Back the hell up out my face. I told you back up. So I'm not that type of person though. And I'm learning that if you take your vibrations and you take your frequency from where it's supposed to be vibrating, and it's supposed to be a high frequency, and you bring it down and you start operating on a lower frequency than you're supposed to, you will start to see everything slow down. And you will start to see everything build up like a conveyor belt that's moving something through. The conveyor belt starts to slow down, and shit starts getting backed up, and shit starts looking like, oh shit, what's going on here? Why is the life slow? Because your frequency has slowed down, and you're operating on a much lower frequency, and you're not supposed to be down there operating on that frequency. People who have high energy, who are high frequency people, who are in tune with their spirit and in tune with the Mother Earth and Mother Nature and God and the universe. People who are in tune with that know the power of it. And when you know the power of it, you're very, very careful how you portray it, because you automatically know that the power of the mind is a strong thing. Think about sickness. When people have cancer, people have actually healed themselves. They sent the cancer into remission because they're able to just be so hopeful and so thankful. Like, God, thank you for waking me up every day. Even if I have cancer, thank you for waking me up today. And we are not thankful enough. We as humans, we're not. We think that everything is supposed to be given to us and we deserve it because we work hard, and that's what we're supposed to have. And you're not supposed to have anything. God didn't even promise us tomorrow. He promised us two things. God promised us that he would never leave us or forsake us. And he promised he would always forgive us. Those are the only two things. Everything else doesn't matter. God's not a superhero. If you break the law, he's not going to say, oh, hey, you're not going to jail. No, you broke the law. You still got to pay for this. You got to do what you got to do. Okay? That's what happens. It's not a magical wand that God waves or anything. That's not what happens. What happens is life happens to you. And when it happens to you, you have to be very aware of your surroundings, always. Because yesterday, I was on my bike. I was in this very intersection. I went to press my brakes. There was no brakes. The brakes were gone. The brakes were gone. To my surprise, I said, what was I coming right in this intersection, right here? No brakes. And for that, it was a wake-up call that, listen, there are people out there that do not want to see you happy. They do not. They don't care if you are sad. They don't care if you are depressed. They don't care if you are alive or dead. They just care about you not being what God put you on the planet to be, which is great. No breaks. No breaks. For that, I have something special because God told me I could do it. So I'm going to do it now because God said, oh, go ahead. Oh, I didn't. God saw that coming. Can you imagine how the traffic had been uncontrolled? The light was uncontrolled. What would have happened to me? I would have gone sailing off into the sunset, hit by a car, killed on accident. Absolutely not. So be careful of the energy that you bring in to the world, because when you bring it in, it stays there. And when you give your energy out, it stays there. And there are people that will say what you say, you know, like, oh, I like that. Whatevs. And they'll start saying it. That's your energy. And what happens is, if you don't call your energy back, you're supposed to do it every night. It takes 11 minutes. And you call your energy back to you. You call it back to you. And you say, I call my energy back from everywhere that I've left it today. I call it back. I have a thing that I'm going to do on YouTube, on my channel, CNCTV 2.0. Well, I'm going to call the energy back. You have to, because if you don't call your energy back, it's out there in the world, just free for all. And that's a part of you. It is, whether you like it or not. It's a part of you. And if you don't respect your energy, fine. Let people just have at it. But if you respect your energy and know the power of it, and a lot of people can't wrap their mind around, oh yeah, that energy stuff, that's all that witchcraft and, you know, warlocks and sorcery and all. It is none of that. It is actually what God put inside of you. That's your energy. He gives you that. You ever been walking and you just get so tired, like, ooh, I'm so tired. My energy is just so low. Your energy's low. And you need to go to sleep, go lay down, go eat, go rejuvenate. That's what you need to do. Me, I'm an Aquarius, so I go by water. I love the water. Being by the water, it rejuvenates me. I love the sound of it. I love the way it looks when it's flowing. I just love it. So I'm down Peachtree Beach now, one of my favorite places to go, where you can just come and just sit by the water and just get some fresh air. Stand in the middle of a field. Yell as loud as you want if you have to. Whatever you need to do to be at one with nature. But call your energy back every day. Call it back. Because it takes a lot of energy to be able to be yourself. It does. And a lot of people can't do it. They can't. Is he fake? Is it? Doesn't matter. Be yourself. Because nobody's going to be you better than you. They're going to try though. They are. They're going to dress like you. And they talk like you and walk like you and all that shit. They will. Trying to get that feeling that you are feeling inside. That you're feeling inside. Happy. Sometimes I'm not always happy. Sometimes I'm sad. But I would never let on. Is my phone? Are we ringing here? We're ringing. Who's calling? Who's calling? Oh, hell. I'm recording. Hey, man. Hey, what's up?
What's up, player?
Nothing. Down Peachtree Beach getting
How you
some.
doing?
I'm good. Down here getting some water time. Down Peachtree Beach. Huh?
Okay. I'm down here Hugh Street.
Oh, you're right around the corner.
Shit, Yeah, I'm about to go here. I had to run to TJ Maxx down on F Street real quick.
They closed that thing.
It's still that in.
Which one? No, the Marshalls is... Oh, you said TJ Maxx. Yeah, the Marshalls is gone.
Yeah, the one, yeah.
I was like, where the hell did the Marshalls go? Well, I'm over here. Look, I'm on live, too. I came down by the water. See, I had to come by the water. It makes me feel better.
Okay.
Makes me feel better. Hey, y'all. How y'all doing? This is a friend of mine. I'm on live. I'm supposed to be doing a whole hour, but, you know... I'm not gonna pause it. I've been doing an hour every day. Yeah, y'all.
Okay.
But this is my life. Y'all are seeing a little glimpse of it. This is what happens. People do call me. I do have people that call me. You know. No, I'm talking. Yeah. See, it's got.
Okay.
Yeah. So we're doing that. We're doing that. So what's going on? What's happening? You gonna call me or text me?
Yeah, I was calling you because you texted me, hey, and I was doing what you were doing.
Yeah, I'm doing this. I mean, I'm gonna be at the house in like maybe 15 minutes, 20 minutes.
All right, I'll call you when I leave out TJ Maxx, see where you at.
Okay.
All right, man.
See, I have people that it doesn't matter. The thing about it is, there's nothing to prove. You know, people are gonna say what they're gonna say. You know, he don't got no friends. I don't listen. When I tell you what friends are to me, that's what friends are for, and all this, all that. Listen, here, this is what I come down here and look at. Isn't that beautiful? Water, it's rejuvenating. It changes your entire existence. So what I do is, right here, like this, yeah, like that. And I just be. And I sit by the water's edge, and I just think about everything, you know? I think about how blessed I am to be living in the land of the living. I'm in Washington, D.C., the nation's capital. All the blessings that I think about, you know, I try not to be negative. I try not to be, but I'm human. And as a human being, we go through certain things that we just cannot control. For the first time, I felt an emotion that I never felt before. I found out some information about myself and someone, that they were doing something that I did not appreciate, and I didn't know what was happening or going on. So when I found out what was happening, you know, the guy said, you know, that's not why I came over here. I didn't come over here for no lecture. It's not what I paid for. I said, what did you say? I'm sorry, what did you say? And he would not repeat it. I said, what? From then on, you heard what I said. You heard what I said. And if they said they didn't say that, then they're a goddamn liar. Okay? And if you didn't hear it, because you didn't hear it, it's because he didn't say it. So I said that. He said, well, why the fuck did you... I said, wait a minute now. Why are you dropping all these F-bombs? And I don't know what's going on here. What's happening here? So that... When I tell you that feeling that you might feel one day, of a feeling you never felt before. Mind you, I'm 40 years old. I've never felt that feeling before. Of, oh my God, make it stop, make it stop. I didn't know what to do. I could not stop the feeling. I started running around the house. I said, I gotta go out for a bike ride or something. I gotta get the hell out of here. It would not stop. And I said, you know what I think I have to do? I have to go hit the fucking person who's responsible. I gotta go hit him. And I'll probably feel better. But I didn't. Of course I didn't do that, because that's not what an emotion is for. An emotion is for going through, getting on, getting over it, and moving on with your life. And just know that if that emotion comes again, you will know what it feels like. And it won't be a surprise to you. But I never felt that before. And I don't like being out of control of my emotions. I do not like it. I don't like it. And it happens. So I'm learning to keep myself more open these days, because I don't ever want to be so closed-minded that something like that happens to me again. And I'm unawares of my reaction, you know? And I know I can be a bit crass, and I know that, you know, a lot of people do not like, don't talk to me like that, and blah, 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 blah. But you would let your boss talk to you like that. Well, that's different. I'm getting money from them. It's no different. Do not allow anyone to speak to you that way. Don't. I don't care if it's your boss, your mom, your dad, your husband, wife, your kids. Don't allow anyone to, number one, to disrespect you. Don't. It's not tolerated by anybody. I don't give a damn who it is. It could be the damn president of the United States. If he disrespects you, check him. You're not allowed to, excuse me, Mr. President, you're not allowed to talk to me like that. I do apologize for chastising you, but that's not allowed. That's okay. I have a friend that we go to these, like, you know, little social events and stuff, and people will get drinking and stuff, and they will get to touching you and stuff. Like, oh, you got nice arms, and no. Please don't put your hands on me. I don't like that. And I would tell people straight up, I do not like that. I'm not a germaphobe. I just have a personal space. And when you get in it by touching me, I do not like that. I don't like that. I feel invaded. I feel like not good. I want to go and shower. So when people do that, they'll grab my ass. They'll do that, or reach for my dick and stuff. They will. They do. I'm telling you. And it's very bold because it allows me to see that people, they think they can do whatever the fuck they want to do. They do, especially when they drink. They think they can do whatever the hell they want to do. And you can. Just don't do that shit to me. Don't put your hands on me. I don't like that. And so, knowing that, don't disrespect me. Don't touch me. But my friend, he doesn't say no. Like, if they touch him, he doesn't say, hey, don't do that. He said it's being mean. It's not. It's your boundary. Hey, don't touch me. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. And that's okay. No. And say that. It's okay. Because a lot of us have not been told no on anything. Some people have never been told no. They look at you like, I don't like that word at all. But I'm learning that it is necessary at times to say no, to be told no. I don't like it though. I don't like it. I just don't. I don't, but sometimes you have to be told no, like no to something else. So number 2, the boundary that I said, that I would say that it should be the top 2 for you, or I just say this. Do not call me out of my name. Don't do that. We just said that. We just witnessed it. As I'm walking, you heard him call me out of my... So it happens. It's not something that's in my head. It happens because for whatever reason, I exemplify a faggot, or I exemplify what gay is to society. And I don't give a damn what no one thinks. I am so many different people. I'm so many different enigmas, and I'm just different. In the bedroom, I'm different. In the ballroom, I'm different. In the boardroom, I'm different. In the bathroom, I'm different. I'm different people, because that's who you have to be. You can't be the same person all the time, because that's not how that works. You have to reserve yourself for certain places and certain people and certain things. You just do. If you don't, you will overexpose yourself, and your energy will be all over the fucking place. And you won't know what's going on. You'll come home and be exhausted. Like, oh my God, I'm so tired, what a long day. Because you gave out all your energy all over the place. You do. Give a little piece of yourself to, hey, how are you? Oh, thank you. Smile and keep it moving. Because to give a whole bunch of yourself all over, you will be drained. And you do not know why. You will not know why. Why you're so tired. And why you're so exhausted. And your skin's all taut, looking all fluffy and, furling and stuff. You don't want to look like that. You want to look, happy and healthy. With a smile, you want to look good. And no matter what happens, people are going to talk about you. They are. They're going to have something to say. They have to. Because it makes them feel good. You walk into the room and you know you are owning that room. You own it, honey. Somebody going, look at that motherfucker. Look at him. He think he's something, don't he? Lord, he think he cute. The shoes is cute, but he wearing them wrong because he got the shoelaces tied wrong. He probably pigeon-toed or probably left-handed. Yeah. In the community of humanosity is what I call it. Humanosity. It's difficult to find a kind word. It is, but it's easy though. to give one. It is. I like your shoes. Oh, thank you. Oh, ooh, look at you smiling. I like your smile some more. Oh, yeah. You just lit up the day. Keep smiling, girl. Thank you. That's all it is. Give a compliment. A compliment goes a long way. It is. It's better than a criticism. Well, all you do is criticize me. Listen, I don't criticize you. I'm just telling you what I don't allow around me. And I don't allow no ignorance around me. On purpose? You want to, okay, so I'm telling you that this is a word, look it up. Oh, I'm going to do it later. I said, what you going to look it up later for? Because I don't want to do it in front of you. Why? Because I don't want you to see me learning in front of you. I said, what? Really? That sounds like I've never even heard that before. Like a child wouldn't even say that. A child would look up the word. So I'm saying, okay, you know what? Look up the word later then. That's fine. Because everyone else that's in the group, we all going to look up the word at the same time. So we can make jokes about it. You know, like, oh, look at this. Ha, 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 ha. And you're going to be sitting there like, I don't know what's so funny. You'll know later. Once you go home and you learn the word, you're going to be like, oh, that's what they was laughing at. Oh, ha, 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 ha. You late. Knowledge is power. And when you learn something, you learn a new way to move through this thing we call life. I look at it as a dance. It's a dance. And if you know that the dance is a samba, you know that the dance is the salsa, you know that the dance is classical, you know it's ballet, whatever your dance is, dancing through life, you have to know the moves to make. If you stumble and you make the wrong move, you're still dancing. Get up, dust yourself off, and keep on dancing. Make them think that that is the part of the move, that the fall was a part of the move. You have to. Because if you let people know that you are feeling a certain way, or you fell down and you feel, don't do that. You have to stay, you keep your head up, and you have to let those words roll right off of you like water off a duck's back. You have to. Because they're going to keep coming, and keep on coming, and keep on coming, because that is what the energy is doing. It's inside of people, and it's going to keep coming. So the more that you keep giving, the more that you're going to keep getting. So if you want to not get no more energy, get off the internet. Stop talking. Be quiet. Disappear. Go into silence. Go into hiding. If that's the type of person you are, be that. But be that as it may, I'm not that kind of person. And for that, it's a thin line that I'm towing. Because I know that I'm saying the right things that I'm supposed to be saying. Maybe I'm saying them the wrong way or what have you, or it's not being received by everybody. I can't create and tailor my entire existence to each individual person on the planet. I cannot do that. Only thing I can do is write the blueprint. Boom, there it is. Oh, I don't like when he said this on this page, or I don't like that when he said that. Fine. That's fine. You didn't like that? Fine. When I say it, know it's coming, and it is what it is. Because when you start being unapologetic in life, you start to see yourself grow. Because you're not stunting your own existence because of what someone else is saying or doing because of your existence. Some people wake up in the morning every day and they send me a heart in my inbox. They'll send a heart. Or they'll say something. Oh, great smile. They'll say something. That is why you should continue to do what you do. For the people who wake up every day in hopes that you are in good hopes. They wake up every day, even if you're in bad hopes. So you're just, hey, I'm just having a bad day, y'all, and I just don't know what I'm going to do, but I'm going to keep going. Even if they see you crying, know that there is somebody out there that is rooting for you. There is somebody out there that is hoping that you make it across the street, hoping that you make it home, hoping that you make it to dinner, hoping that you make it through the storm. And the storm comes, it's a snowstorm that comes, and then the tsunami comes right after that. And sometimes it's just another storm after storm after storm after storm. And before you know it, you look up and you're like, oh my God, you're drowning in a sea of just whatever. And you have to be able to say, whoop, call your energy back. So while we're by the water, I'll give you a little example of calling your energy back. Okay? Now just follow along with me, okay? Okay. I'm trying this. I'll test this out. Okay. Close your eyes. Close your eyes. Okay. Close your eyes. Do you hear the water? You hear the water, okay? Listen to the water, okay? And then the water. Look at the water flow. And look at it ripple. Look at the color change. Do you hear it babbling? Like a brook. Do you hear it? Do you hear it? Listen to the sounds of the vibration in the water. Listen to the sounds of everything. Listen. If I come up there, it's going to be a problem. So I need you to shut your fucking mouth while I'm talking. Shut your mouth while I'm coming up there. Okay? Shut it up or I'm coming up there. Listen to the, hey, if I come up there, it ain't gonna be good. Oh, here we go. Today. You're gonna see a fucking, listen, the energy I was talking about, there it is there. You hear it? Pay attention to it. Acknowledge its presence. He might just be going through crazy of his own shit. Or not. Shut your mouth though. Shut your mouth. Because if I come up there, I'm gonna shut your fucking mouth for you. I'm not gonna put my hands on you or nothing. I'm gonna shut it for you. So shut your mouth. We're almost at an hour now. We almost made it, okay? I'm gonna tell you to shut up. They're gonna try you because they think for whatever reason that you're some little lowly ass sissy or something that you won't fucking flip his ass upside fucking down. You will. Listen, I'm ready. I'm liable to just black out, bitch. I don't understand. I don't understand. I don't understand. And maybe no one's even talking about you, but maybe they are. And I say, excuse me, sir. I couldn't help but overhear your conversation with yourself. What were you talking about? My viewers would love to know what you were talking about. Because I'm trying to get the energy to come back. You see how the enemy works? And he kills and destroys your fucking energy. You see? Still kills and destroys your fucking energy. You see? Okay? And then what happens? And that's it. Where's my lips up? I need some lip balm or something. I'm gonna go up here and fucking have to beat this man's ass. Stuff like that. You ain't gonna beat nobody. Yes, I will too. Watch this. People don't know me. I don't know what is wrong with people. Let me tell you something. People just say out their mouth whatever the fuck they want. And for me, people think that I say whatever I want. I don't. I am very, very cautious of the words that come out of my mouth because I have made people cry. I have read people, ask anyone that knows me, they'll tell you. I have made people cry reading them. I have. I'd be like, honey, who the fuck are you talking to? And I try not to use curse words because I'd be like, you don't want to say that. You don't want to do that. I'm telling you, that's not what you want to do. It's not what you want to do. Not to me. Okay, not to me. But I mean, I'm gonna allow you to do it. But you gotta allow me to react too. Because I'm gonna react. No, I'm not. Sometimes you gotta check a bitch. You gotta be like, look, motherfucker, I don't give a damn what the fuck you do. But you gotta watch it because they might be doing that just intentionally so they can get you get your gun, get you locked up. And there's your freedom gone. Okay? All because you wanna listen to some dumbass bitch sitting around mad because you're doing what you're doing. Okay? No, don't let nobody, I'm heading your way. Oh, shit. What is going on? I'm not rushing. Should I rush back now? Oh. Well, there you have it. It has been, I usually will walk with everybody and talk with everybody and walk the water and do all of that. I'm not feeling that today. You know what I'm feeling today? I'm feeling like goddamn me, standing in the middle of this field and screaming at the top of my lungs. But I don't want to do that today. You know what I want to do today? I want to acknowledge the energy of people. I want to acknowledge the people's presence, because that obviously is the present. Their existence in your world, in your life. It's their fucking life too. Yeah. Your energy's in their world and their energy's in your world too. You have to acknowledge it, because if you don't, then that's just you being you. So if you have gone into a paradigm shift, for instance, you are on an alternate trajectory, going somewhere where you're not supposed to be going. You have to go that way, because if you do not, your existence is going to be someone else's existence. So if you are on a paradigm shift, you're not supposed to be there. You have to go through what you're going through, because if you don't, they won't. And they're where they're supposed to be. They're not on a paradigm shift. You are. So in order for you to wake up, open that third eye and say, oh, I'm not supposed to be here. I'm not supposed to be doing this. I'm not supposed to be going through this. If you look at the people around you and you can pretty much see like, yeah, these ain't my people. I don't fit in with many of these people. I don't. And you will know that. And you can look and say, you know what? Y'all are cool people. I was depressed. I was down. I did a little drinking and a little drugs. But I'm feeling better now. And you have to tell those people goodbye. You have to say bye-bye. Because if you don't, you will continue in this alternate reality. And they're going the way they're supposed to go. You are now going in the wrong direction. So before that happens, look around you and say, I don't like this. You got to go. And start to change things. It's very hard for people to change everything about themselves, everything. But don't do it for him or her. Don't do it for anybody but yourself. Don't do it for anybody but yourself, okay? Because if you start changing for people, you will always be changing. You'll be like a Barbie doll. How she changes clothes and changes men and changes houses. And no, Barbie did not change her house. She didn't change her car. She didn't. It was a Barbie dream house, and that was her dream house. And it was a whole bunch of them made. And then she had a dream house in Malibu. And then she had a dream house in the country. And then she had a dream house in the city. And that's what she did. Because that bitch Barbie made up her mind a long time ago. She said, I don't need no man for nothing. Okay? Barbie said, bitch, I'm going to be successful. I'm going to be pretty. I'm going to be wealthy. I'm going to be able to do whatever I want, buy whatever I want, go wherever I want to go. And that's what that bitch did. So that's why a lot of gay people like Barbie or emulate her, because she is the American dream. She is. Now, she's able to have a Ken or a Steven or whatever they called them. They named the men of the little dog. But Barbie, that's a bad bitch. It's a bad bitch, okay? Because she did not ask anybody for anything. She just was giving it. She was. Barbie said, look, I want this outfit. And you buy it for her, and you put it on her, and you walk her around, and she's got her little shoes on, and Barbie's doing it. So won't you be a Barbie? Be a Barbie, okay? Just be happy doing it, okay? Don't let nobody be dressing you in no shit that you don't want to put on. Because Barbie didn't do that. Barbie was giving Glory, honey, I'm not wearing that shit. That's not my size. Nuh-uh. And then she said, you know what? I can be anything I want to be. Barbie was an astronaut. She was a goddamn coach. Barbie been everything. She wanted a dream house. That's what we just talked about. She had a car. She had a Corvette. She had a goddamn Cadillac. She had that bitch had it all. And that's what you're supposed to have. In life, as children, we play with toys. And the toys actually emulate and simulate the lives that we want to live when we get older. You know, they didn't make any toys that were, like Chucky dolls and shit. That was a movie, okay? But for people who didn't have friends, they had My Buddy. I had a My Buddy. I did. I sure did. Everybody had a My Buddy though. But I had a My Buddy. Okay? And then for the females, they had Barbie dolls. And like I said, Barbie made you want to grow up and be something. And do something. And you didn't need no man to do it. Because Ken pulled up and was like, hey Barbie, get in. And she's like, no thanks. I got my own car, thanks. And drives off. Yeah. Drives off with her own shit. Okay? And I just say that to say, look at the signs and the signals, like I always say. Growing up, how you are now. Look back at your life 20 years ago. And is this where you thought you would be? Is this the life that you thought you would be living? And there are some people who will say straight up, yeah, this is the life I thought I was going to be living because I went to school for this and I got a degree and I live in the home that I want and I have that life that I want and I have this and I have that. But they don't have any happiness. They've got everything, but no happiness and no love. And for that, well, you got money. You can buy some, right? You can buy some happiness, can't you? You can go out and you can buy some love, can't you? No, you cannot. You cannot do that. You cannot do that at all. You cannot. If you find a place where you can buy some love at or buy some happiness at, please tell me so I can get in there on some credit. Money cannot buy you happiness. Money can't buy you class. It cannot. And money cannot buy you a new life. It can't. You can have all the money in the world and nobody to spend it with. Nobody to spend it on. Or you can have all the money in the world and then guess what? You die. Guess what happens to that money? You think you can take it with you? Hell no, you can't take that money with you. What are you gonna do with it? You're gonna put it in a damn suitcase and say, all right, God, I'm ready, let's go. You gotta leave that shit here. So have fun while you're here. But know this, money is the root of all evil, the love of it. The love of it. Because if you have everything that you need, fuck what anyone calls you. Who gives a shit what they think about you? What they're doing right now is because of you. It is. You were walking down the street and someone is being told to stand right here and wait until you see him. And when you see him, call us and let us know that he's there. Now that means your existence is making them exist. They wouldn't have anything to do. What would they do? Sit around and what? Count crackers or something? I don't know. It's very, I don't know what it is. You have to look at the positive in all of it because somebody's going to say, oh, he needs to get some friends, this and that. You're at work. Be at work. Don't worry about what I'm doing. You work. Do that. Oh, well, at least I got a job. Listen, I'm not explaining this anymore to anybody. The universe doesn't want me to work right now. And if it did, I'd be able to get a fucking job and keep one. I went my ass to the unemployment and did. I don't owe anybody no explanation. If what was happening to me was happening to you, you would understand. It would. Well, it ain't never gonna happen to me. Never say never. Because I have shown people time and time again, 3 and 4 times this time, just yesterday, how easy it is to end someone's life. Easy. 3 people this morning were terrified with every inch of their life because they realized something. They were trapped in the room with me. They couldn't go anywhere. I said, who you gonna call? Turn the scrambler on. It's a scrambler on your phone. It's an app. You turn it on, it blocks the fucking phone from dialing. So they were actually in the room, trapped. They were scared. I'm like, oh, what's gonna happen? They didn't know who. I said, who you gonna call? They couldn't call anybody. Who would get there? Nobody. And I said, you gotta realize something. If you don't have anybody that you can call that can show up in 5 fucking seconds, you better know who it is. You better call on God. Because he's the only one that can save you in those situations. The only one. No one else. Only God. No one else. So be very close with God. Because he's the only one that can save you. No one else. Okay? Now there are people running around on the planet. Oh, he's so this and he's so that. But your whole existence is happening right now because of mine. And when I'm done, then guess what? It'll be someone else. What about your existence? when are people gonna follow you? When are people